Hi everybody, it is Chris and Cassie. We are back again for Sunday Chronicles. This one is episode 18, already 18 episodes, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Entitled Strange Sounds Heard Around the World.
Yeah.
So, Chris had...
Talk about, I want to talk about this because it's not talked about enough. YouTube and or Google, strange sounds heard around the sky, around the world. And
that search term, just that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did it on YouTube and Google. First time I heard about this was in 2011, and it resonated with me like, rah, it grabbed me. When you listen to these sounds, they're in England, Europe, Americas, Canada, everywhere. And it's a humming sound. Some of them are booms. Some of them are like trumpets. To me, they have them in 2017, 2018.
So these are literally sounds that are just coming out of the sky. Yeah. There's nothing around. It just goes. So check it out. Google or YouTube.
And you know, this is one of those videos that we're just tripping out on it, and like we normally do with specific things. But it hit me tonight. I'm sitting on the front porch, and I'm kind of like zoning out and doing my thing, and it hit me. The sounds heard around the world are when you see an explosion. You see it, you hear it, and then you feel it. For those of you out there, we're going to talk about energies real quick. These incoming energies, whether they be solar flares or whether they be like universal upgrades, or if you're unfamiliar with energies, or if you're familiar with energies, in5d.com.
Yep, in5d.
Shout out to Greg Prescott and company.
Yeah, if you are looking for information more kind of what we're going to be talking about, which is energies. There's energy reports.
Yeah.
And it's just showing the relation to everything and how it's awesome. It's going to explain probably how some of you are feeling.
If you're aware of these energies incoming, talk about this, you know, comment. This is one of those videos we want comments on, especially after you go, or if you know anything about this. I'm baffled, number one, why to this day science hasn't figured out what it is. NASA, everybody.
And actually, before you even get into that, there's these sounds go back. You can read about them in the Bible.
Yeah.
The Colburn Bible.
We've talked about the Colburn Bible before.
But they talk about these trumpets from the sky. They're not talking about literal trumpets. It's
pretty
these
much
sounds.
every religious,
so they've been around.
Yeah, every
forever.
religious text talks about these trumpet sounds or sounds from the sky, and that's you can relate trumpets. So my hypothesis this evening was those trumpet sounds that are, I've heard about it back in 2011, they're still going on today, are the explosion or these energies. They're either sent directly from the source throughout the entire universe, and to my opinion, they're an upgrade or they're a vibration.
So you're saying that sound, you think that those sounds are actually
it could be coming directly from the source, and everybody.
But these sounds, it's an energy. It's the sound of the energy coming in. Is what you're saying.
So yeah, I mean, I would assume that these universal energies have a sound, like they have to. They're
Om. You hear Om.
Google this also. The sun has a sound, and it is Om. And
it's really cool.
And this is another thing while you're thinking about things like this. The original Om, or the yin yang, isn't from Asia. It goes way back to the Zoroastrian times. That's another, the Zoroastrian religion or whatever it is. It's
Were they responsible for not the Vedic or the?
no, the that's later on, but the Zoroastrian is the OG when you want to talk about things like the spiritual side of life. That original Om, they didn't have the technology that we had to listen to the sun, but they were given that through meditation. That Om, that's where the Om came from.
And Om is a frequency.
Mm-hmm.
It's a certain vibration.
432, 440, and that is what the universe vibrates at.
So we are all energy. We're all vibrating.
Yeah.
That's something. I mean, I know we're kind of jumping all around here, but think
This
about that first.
Yeah,
that we are all. Everything's energy.
You as a being, once you start to realize these things and you start to practice your meditations, the more and more in tune you become with the universe, the one with the all. And
we are all connected, truly, as we are all an energy source.
You don't just know that. After a while, you feel it, and you feel it's a one connection with everything, and you're feeling.
You literally are vibrating with the universe, and I think there's a quote about that. There's quotes that well-known people have said about that. We are all energy, and remember that throughout this.
Yes. So the strange sounds heard around the world. To me, today was a really. It's high time we start talking about energies, because today. Normally I say, Cassie and I, and this is another thing. Cassie has her physical symptom when the energies start to come in, she starts to sneeze.
Oh yeah, it's like extreme. Think of allergies. We actually call them energies now.
Yeah,
it's not my allergies because it's. Every time I get what you call like an allergy attack or extreme sinus pressure, just to the point of I want to rip my face off. Seriously, it's awful sometimes when the energies are strong.
It's what you would think an allergy is.
Attack is, a really bad one. I would let Chris know, hey, I'm feeling these things. And literally within 2 minutes, he started having his feelings of...
Or I will text you while you're at work and say energies are coming in. Yeah. And she goes, yes, you should
sneezing,
see me. Yeah.
My face is swollen.
So if anyone out there is experiencing the sneezing thing, write about it here when the energies come in. Those of you out there that are conscious of the energies coming in and you feel them on a daily basis, especially lately.
It's been really heavy lately.
Today was what I normally say they're at 11 here lately. Today was at a 15 for
you.
Yeah, for a couple of hours, and it was like everything was ringing. And at the same exact time, there was an earthquake in Delaware.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean.
Everything's energy. That's the all connected.
Everything
affects everything.
Yeah. Our first video, I think I talked about Mother Earth is a being, and she's actually doing her thing and vibing up as well. That's what you hear a lot about.
It's like that high vibe.
Yeah.
High vibes,
everything is
vibes.
basically shedding its skin and vibrating higher. And those of you that aren't aware of that, it's completely fine.
Start thinking in terms of energy.
Yeah,
really.
just energy cannot be created nor can it be destroyed. That's who we are. The more and more you go within, you're going to start to realize these things. But the strange sounds heard around the world, you're going to develop your own perception of what it is.
Yeah, go listen to them. You're going to be. Yeah. It's just really interesting.
And so my hypothesis is that the energies at somewhere in the universe manifest by thought. Then they became a thing at a specific time, and you got to travel throughout the universe. So it's taken. This is another thing. The science community has yet to figure it out. So you heard me on a couple episodes before talking about the science community and the metaphysical community combining.
And how they're starting to do that more and more. Yeah.
I would love to be a part of the metaphysical side for this specific reason. I think that, after you go watch the video and then you kind of watch this video and mix them together and kind of, if freak yourself out.
What do you think, just to get straight to the point of again, clearly, what are you trying to get across
my
as far
point
as the energy
is
coming
that,
through?
yeah, so they were thought, the energies were thought, upgrade energies, send them throughout the universe, has a sound, enters the atmosphere of Earth, hear the sound. People all around the world are recording these things, and again, it could have started earlier than 2007. But it's been happening for a while, and I believe these upgrades have been, they were introduced probably back then, and then as they've progressively gotten stronger, those that are empaths or they're self workers that have gone in and have come in tune with the universe are actually getting to feel it. So it goes explosion, see it, hear it, feel it.
That makes complete sense to me.
And so now
might be a lot, but I get it.
We're totally getting to feel it. Yeah. And those that aren't aware of them are feeling like pain.
And it's really fascinating to me. I'm glad you just said that, because we get in this discussion all the time about, does everyone feel these energies, these things that we feel, these physical symptoms, or because of being in tune, that type of thing, does everyone get them? But it's so interesting because I'm out in the corporate world and I will be feeling, I can tell these are energies. I know, like, my crown chakra is experiencing something, or it's, my...
Like, I'm still vibing from today.
Yeah, like, I know these, but then someone else at work will be complaining about some physical pain that matches that area that I'm feeling, and it's not a coincidence. And so it's just really interesting that I think people are experiencing these energies, but they're not aware.
If you aren't aware of it, it's an ailment, or a cold, or a sore throat, if it's a throat chakra. Their energy, I mean, they have gotten so insane. And if you
sorry if I got off that. I just think it's interesting that thought about that. So feeling these energies.
So it goes from, somehow, somewhere in the universe, they were manifest.
Because thoughts truly create things, and
the universe was created by God with a thought.
Yeah.
And since then, we were made in the image of, we have that same power.
The power of thought is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not just
you're either manifesting your fears or you're manifesting what you want out of life. It was manifest. It had a sound. It was alive, and then it entered Earth's atmosphere. And I'm assuming every other atmosphere in its path has gone through the same thing. Enters the Earth's atmosphere, makes these beautiful sounds. When you go watch these videos, you'll hear what I mean. It's something that you kind of watch over and over, because they're so powerful. We've talked about every religious text and throughout history talking about trumpets and trumpets in the sky. They're manifest. They have a sound. You hear them enter the Earth's atmosphere, and then if you're empathetic or if you're one with the universe, you're actually going to get to feel them, and that's what stage we're at. So.
That's badass.
Yeah,
that's,
and it's a feeling.
It makes sense. When you first said it, I was like, that. To me, that resonates with me as something that makes sense.
So go Google strange sounds throughout the world in the sky, or strange sounds from the sky, and you'll see videos from then until now. And I just think it relates to past history, and for what we know.
Well, and that what we're feeling now is because of that.
Yeah, go also Google sound of the sun, and that's that old.
That's a really it's powerful.
And then
But it's just we thought
it was a cool topic. To talk about.
I think it's a cool topic because, speaking of energies, we haven't really touched too much on that, and something that's a huge part of our lives. I mean, because again, we're all energy, and we can feel we're one with the earth, and so
that also goes along with the shift I always talk about. There's a shift of consciousness happening.
Again, that's why our thoughts are so powerful.
Yeah.
They're creating these shifts, and this is why fear-mongering works, because it keeps everyone thinking negative and fearful, and it's just...
So you just continue to manifest your own fear.
And so we're continually pushed down, shoved down. We're trapped in this matrix type of thing.
Not anymore.
But not anymore. Whereas if you continue to
Because
project...
we're all moving to the land of Is, Cassie.
Oh, that's right.
Right. That's also another episode if you guys want to go back and watch our YouTube channel.
But these thoughts that you're manifesting, they're energy. Again, so it's possible. What you think you become is a real thing.
Yeah.
And so that's why one of the reasons we just want to talk about this topic, to talk about thoughts again, because they're so important a little bit.
Yes.
Talk about how everything's energy is really, I think, what the big topic is.
Yeah, when you start to uncover and unravel, you'll realize these things.
It's all those questions. Why are we here? Who are we really? Where do we come from? It all starts to
Who are you?
I am me.
Okay. I am.
I am.
You are you. And I am you. And you are me.
And we are all together.
Yep.
But anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah.
I think we touched on everything. But I don't know. Energies, are you feeling them? I like that. So sound is the frequency of energy.
Say that again.
So sound is the frequency of energy. David Lopez just wrote that.
So sound, let's talk about that real quick. Sound is the frequency of energy. So if it's thought, right? Let's talk about the sound. It's thought, it has a sound, enters the Earth's atmosphere, you hear it, and then you feel it.
What?
So that's a good one. I don't know.
I know, my mind's kind of like, whoa, I have to think about that. That's cool.
Thank you, David Lopez. We're gonna go visit him soon.
Is he the guy in California?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was my sergeant in the Marine Corps, and he's a wonderful man. And he lives in California, where it's legal.
What?
Where cannabis is legal.
But
it'll be here in Texas soon.
One of these days.
But
But that's really it. We'll see again.
Yeah.
We'll see if anyone
go
says
trip
anything.
yourself out. Go watch those videos and please comment and give us
what you're feeling right now, that type of thing. But thanks for listening as always.